Hello everyone, so this video is going to be kind of in two different segments or parts, talking about two different sides of the same thing pretty much. And that is overall about my own personal experience with AT&T, both on the mobile side of things and the home internet service. Now, of course, just like everyone else, I didn't always have AT&T for, mobile phone service. But before I had AT&T, we actually had T-Mobile, and I know some people have had bad experience with T-Mobile, but we had a really good experience. We loved their customer support. They're very reasonable. It was very great and easy to be able to just talk to them and be like, hey, I'm not going to get paid until this day. Is it okay if I pay this much now, and then I could pay the rest of it, whenever I get paid around this date? Then they're like, oh yeah, sure, perfectly fine. And they keep the service on, no overage fees or anything like that. And the fact that it's unlimited data, even though they do throttle it, but still it's unlimited. And if you want to have a certain amount of gigs of pure raw speed, then you could pay more for that. So that's perfectly fine, still reasonable, still, great. And when we switched from T-Mobile to AT&T, we saved only around $10 or $15. That may seem much to some people, but that's like when we're already paying over $200 for a whole family. So that's not very much money, and the fact that we actually now have limited data when we used to have unlimited data, it just really makes you scratch your head like, am I really saving money here? The fact that now I have limited data, and before I didn't, and all I saved was like between $10, $15, and we're still, paying over $200, so percentage-wise, that's almost nothing. It's really, really crazy, and, AT&T was the company that started the whole data cap thing, so, that's one of the probably top reasons a lot of people really, really hate them. Now, the main thing about, AT&T that's really kept them really big in the mobile market for a very long time is the fact that the iPhone for the longest time was exclusive to only AT&T. That's it. That was the only carrier that you could actually get it with. It was that simple. So because that, a lot of people went to AT&T purely because of that reason. Well, now it's not exclusive. And, T-Mobile keeps on releasing things to really, really compete with them, and, I really, really want to switch back, but then again, I'm not even paying for the bill, so I can't complain. And I don't use that much data anyways, and plus I'm usually on Wi-Fi. But, one of the other things that really, really noticed is that at some point we got our phones turned off. We only were like 34 cents off the bill. We were 34 cents short, and that's out of over $200, and as a result, the phones and everything got completely turned off in an instant, and we had to pay $30 just to get everything turned back on. Thank you so much for being so greedy, AT&T. So that's just the mobile side of things. On the home internet service, well, I've had AT&T Uverse, sorry. I had AT&T Uverse for at least half a year. At least half a year. I wouldn't even say quite a year, but definitely at least half a year. I definitely remember it well. So we don't have that very many options. We mainly just really have two. And we went with AT&T Uverse right off the bat. And, it was okay at first. It was definitely a downgrade from what we had before. And, for the most part, it was exceptional at best, really. And I was watching videos at 360p. Videos took forever to upload, and that was even back then when the file size was much smaller. I was rendering videos at maybe 12 megabits or megabytes per second max, even though my videos are recorded at 35 megabytes, which is what I render my videos now at. And, it took countless hours just to do, the uploading. And, I just eventually got really, really sick of it. And, right before I really did anything, I went ahead and did some speed tests for, 2 weeks. And after doing all those tests, all of them were about the exact same. Now, the internet plan we had was the lowest at the time because it's, only 3 megabytes. And that's one of the big things that everyone says, like, well, they're cheaper than everyone else. Yeah, but the speed you get is ridiculously low as well. And their highest internet plan right now is like, what, 25 megabytes? Which is just not good enough, especially if you get in high-end stuff like streaming or anything like that, really. It's not good enough. And, 25 megabytes down from AT&T is way more expensive than the other carriers or internet service providers that people claim are overpriced, which makes AT&T, I guess, insanely overpriced. But anyways, so I did a lot of speed tests, and we were getting pretty much only half of what we were paying for. So I went ahead and upgraded. Now, when I called them and made the upgrade, the next internet plan is 6 megabytes down. That's on their website, that's on their advertisements, everything. When I called them about it, they said 5 megabytes. And I was like, what? But on the website and on your advertisements, it says 6. And they're like, well, in the area that you live in, the best we're able to provide is 5 because this is wireless internet. So they're not going to be able to provide really, really good speeds, which is weird because my cell phone is like way faster. Doesn't make sense to me. So I was like, but you're going to be making me pay full price for less? You know, it's only 1 megabyte, but still, it's percentage-wise a big difference. And just, you know, they made me pay full price even though I was getting actually less. So after upgrading, I did a lot of speed tests again for 2 weeks. And after doing all the speed tests, I made an estimate. The most common download speed I would get is 2.84. That is below 3 megabytes, which is what I upgraded from. So basically, they're making me pay double for what I should have gotten in the first place. And at that point, considering that at one point, we literally had a late fee for $30 because we paid the bill like 6 hours late. And this is the whole dumb thing about, you know, bills in general, is that they need to do a better job on setting the date on it, because it may say need to be paid by this date, or sometimes just with the way they word them, and sometimes they make them too simple. It's like, okay, does it mean I could pay for it any time on that date, or does it mean as soon as it hits midnight and turns to that date that it needs to be paid for right then and there? You know, they really, really make these things confusing sometimes, so then they could try to get some overage fees or, you know, late fees. And for paying the bill 6 hours late, we got a $30 fee. Wow, not even a full day. So I got extremely upset. I was sick of that and the fact that we were paying double for what we were promised in the first place. And I know bit rates vary, but that is, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. The fact that you're only giving them what they paid for in the first place and you're giving less than half of what they were promised. Well, technically, since they said we only could get 5 megabytes available in our area, it's a little bit more than half, but not very much. So, yeah, I've had bad experience. Hopefully your guys' experiences have been better than mine. But, anyway, so this video has gone too long, so I just wanted to go ahead and share this. So, I guess, thank you again, guys, for watching. You know, this is me just rambling on, and I'll try to find something else to ramble on about, you know. And, of course, I'm going to make other videos, of course. So, other than that, thank you again, guys, for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.